Glyndebourne is one of the greatest places to work because the company just is so supportive, specifically of the art, and they put all their resources into the process of creating an opera and a production. So we have a very long rehearsal period, a great cast from all over the world. They're able to bring in great artists in every sense, the production, music staff, cast. And it's very inspiring to work with great people like that and to feel so supported by the company itself. Not only that, but it's in a beautiful part of the world. It's, every day I walk over these rolling hills past sheep. My family gets to come out and spend a lot of the summer with me, which is really, really important to me and really great. If you've ever been to Glyndebourne, you know that there's something otherworldly about it, or at least old worldly about it, because people come and they take the day. They come down to Glyndebourne. They have their picnics. They dress up, and it's an event. And it's every performance is a celebration, and you sense that in the house, in the pit, on the stage, and it all comes together in a very inspiring and magical way. I think of Benedict as kind of a stereotypical comedian, like a stand-up comedian or something like that. Most stand-up comedians, I think, are actually pretty damaged people, by which I mean they've been hurt, and they use their sense of humor and their wit to guard themselves emotionally. And I think that's clearly what I see Benedict doing. He is very funny and very quick-witted, but all of his humor is used as like a shield. So that's why I think it works so well in the play, and certainly in this opera, which really focuses on the relationship between Beatrice and Benedict, even more so than in the original Shakespeare. That desire that we all have as individuals, and especially as audience members, to see our someone like Benedict break through that armor that he wears and to let it go. A big part of Benedict and Beatrice's story is that they try and find the truth. They try and support justice. So I think all the big talk about being single and not liking marriage and all that great trio in the first act, for example, that's hilarious and fun, has to give way to the much more important and high stakes nature of the circumstances they find them in. And in pursuing truth and in justice of that situation, they have to be true and honest with themselves and to each other. So I think ultimately that is more important than what he had said earlier about marriage. Berlioz takes the story, Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, and really focuses on Beatrice and Benedict. You have fantastic representations and characterizations, both in music and in the drama, of those two main characters, and they're just like spitfire romance and all the sort of passion that it evokes in both the characters. In that sense, in a way, I think the Berlioz is very universal in the way it illustrates that aspect of the human heart. Yeah, I ended this past season singing Belmonte at the Met with James Levine, and I was on stage for his last performance as music director of the Met. And it was truly historic that day. I'll never forget it. There was a huge ovation for him after the show was over, and I'm so feel honored to be a part of that. And now as I move forward, I try to reflect on what I've learned from him, to really be an advocate for the art that you're passionate about. And I see that example of what he did throughout his career, of identifying pieces that he really wanted to share with the world and that he thought he had something to say about. And that's what I aspire to do as well. That is what I hope to do, every year, every season, from now to the end of it. And that's something I learned from Maestro Lyon for sure.